as I had said prior, welcome everybody to the next episode of Cold Steel 2. Now, we're about to embark on my favorite segment of the game. And the reason for that is because the first act I'd consider kind of boring. And the first act is essentially just going out to get your teammates, classmates, whatever, and then bringing them back to discuss what should we do next. Well, needless to say, we've gotten everyone, but now we have another problem. What do we do? What is Class 7's part in this civil war? But before I do that, I do want to shout out to Chaos Master from YouTube. Thank you for your subscription. I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I wish I could say better, but I'm not better, but I mean, like, I wish I could show you the big smile on my face the minute I read your comment on the video, and I just cannot thank you. For those of you who are unaware, Chaos mentioned a specific little fun tidbit that would happen if you brought Machias when you go to pick up Eustace the first time in El Berea. And that's the name of the family, dummy. Oh my god. When you go pick up the Eustace idiot in Berea Hard. And it didn't occur to me then that if I were to bring Machias of their early interaction, I did not think of that. Well, according to Chaos, and you are all feel free to check this out, I have to do it myself. Their first interaction is apparently extremely amusing, and quite honestly, I wouldn't be surprised because it's Machias and Eustace. Those two haven't ever been able to get along for more than 5 seconds before one of them has to shoot the other in the foot. So if you are interested, yes, there is different dialogue if you were to bring Machias the first time you go to pick him up. Which really, I should have realized, but I didn't. So thank you, Chaos. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And welcome to the Chaos family. Or the chaotic family, as I like to call it. My little starlets, we're all crazy in one way or another. And we're perfectly okay with that. Ba-da-ba-dum. Now, if you hear noises in the background, that would either be my parents, my dog or my cats, or my heater because it is winter and it is cold. So I do apologize ahead of time. Eventually the clock struck 12. One by one, Class 7 began to make their way to the Phoenix Wings cafeteria. And once they all had gathered, they jumped right into discussing what they were going to do from that point forward. And if I'm not mistaken, this is completely S-Class.
Ah, you went up a rank. Here's a little something from the guild.
Thank you, Toval.
Keep it up.
I will, thank you.
You should be proud of yourself.
I am, thank you very much. Now, what are we going to do?
I've thought long and hard about it, and I think we as a class need to find a third way. A path of our own, separate from the ones the reformist and noble factions are taking.
A third way, you say? I do agree. It wouldn't feel quite right for us to directly support either side.
True, we might be military academy students, but we're still students.
Involving ourselves in a civil war isn't something we should take lightly. We might have a divine knight on our side, but we're still going to need to be very careful how we proceed.
Whatever we do, Valimar will certainly be at the center.
No doubt. We've all seen how powerful the Divine Knights are. If we use them right, we can intervene in the war as much as we want.
They're quite literally beings of legend. However, his potential influence on the war is all the more reason why he will need to be used cautiously.
But it will also be the exact reason why Rean will be hunted down. Because very few can claim to be an awakener of a divine knight. You've got Crow, and then you've got Rean.
What are we gonna do then? Even if we agree on not siding with either of the factions, I'm pretty sure each of us have different stuff we want to do, and different things that we have to do too.
Yeah, that's true. For my part, I need to rescue Elise and Princess Alphen from the Noble Alliance's clutches. Whether it's alone or with you guys, it's something I'll do.
There's no way you'll be alone for that. We're with you all the way.
I don't see why they wouldn't help you with that, Rean, considering you're the one who basically went across the entire country to gather all of the members of Class VII.
I'm concerned about Dad too, what with them having him under arrest.
I still can't get in contact with Fiona either. I'm glad I was able to see Dad, but I'm worried about her.
For me, I'm worried about Ruhr as a whole. It's a huge relief to see you're alright, Sharon, but Mother's still unaccounted for.
I'm sure your mother's fine. Why would they go through the effort of hurting her, considering she's probably one of the best minds in the entire Erebonian country?
I'm sorry I can't do more to comfort you, my lady.
And I have no idea where Father's been for the past month.
Probably because the minute he shows himself is going to be the minute that he's going to get hassled by the Noble Alliance.
I'm certain he must be well, but all the same.
We're all worried about our families, I see. Hopefully, we can find some information on all of them before the fighting gets any more fierce.
I'm certainly not worried about the safety of mine.
I almost called him Machias. Whoops. Gee, Eustace, I can't imagine why. Your father was such a delight when we last saw him. What with his threatening posture and "you'll regret this day, Eustace" tone, you know. He just sounded like an overall very nice guy.
Although, suffice it to say, if we choose to intervene in the war, conflict with them is all but inevitable.
That goes for Zeno and Leo, too. They've been hired by the Noble Alliance, so I'd say it's likely we'll run into them in the future.
Likely? How about 100% not likely?
Plus, Emma and I still need to talk to Vita.
I know what I said. I know what I said. For those of you who are going to be like, well, they are. I know they are.
To see what exactly she's trying to do. To figure out what's so important to her that she was willing to break a taboo to do it.
I just meant that it's, instead of the possibility being likely, it is 100% certain.
That's true.
Whatever you decide to do, you'll have my full support.
Yeah, I am quite curious to know, and even when I played the future games, admittedly, Vita has been an enigma. And the reason for that is I can never quite tell what her purpose is in these conflicts. Like, what is the end game goal here? Is it for her own gain? Is it for Ouroboros? Vita has always remained that one little info that I've wondered exactly what is going on. Almost on point. Oh. It's like a breath of fresh air and after playing. You know, not gonna lie, Devil, and you might be very happy and pleased to hear this. I have added Dragon Quest III to my wish list for Amazon. Now, whether or not I'll get that this Christmas is yet to be remained, but be assured that when I do get it, I think I will be LPing it, because I think it's time I got out of my comfort zone when it comes to games that I'm familiar with. And Dragon Quest III may be the familiar yet touch of unfamiliarity I'm looking for. So, I am hoping to get that game. I do have others, again, on my wish list that I'm trying to get for Christmas. And Persona 3, I thought was one of them. Not Dragon Quest. Trails of Daybreak. Oh my god. I don't... Well, you know what? It will be an adventure when we do find out. But... Oh yeah, Unicorn Overlord? I think that was the other one. Games I have never played before and would like to try.
Just as the warriors of Nord did 250 years ago, I'm determined to fight to protect my second homeland and those who live within it.
I have to hurry up. Well, I'm not going to like speed run through all the games, but let's just say there are quite a few games coming up that I'm looking forward to LPing. Trails Through Daybreak is one of them. Persona 3 I've been hearing a mix about. I kind of am curious about them. Tales of Grace's F, I'm looking so forward to that one. Admittedly, I am very mixed on Dragon Quest 3. I want to play it, but I'm also afraid to play it. Because I know my playthrough of games is rather interesting. And if not mildly infuriating. Because I will sit there and be like, what the hell am I doing? And the game will have said it in big bold letters and I'll still be asking, what am I doing?
Oh, same! We can do this! I can back him up, right, Claire?
Well, I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, you are officially a part of Class 7, as is, or was, Crow.
How could I say no?
Even if he is not with us right now.
I have my own duties to take care of as part of the Railway Military Police, but I fully intend to support all of you with everything I have.
I'm thinking it's about time I return to helping the guild, actually. But I'll still be in touch with Sarah, so I'm sure I can lend a hand or two anytime you need it.
I also do want to take a moment to say, I will be LPing basically a lot of more new things next year. And what I mean when I say that is that Tales of Daybreak, Dragon Quest 3, Unicorn Overlord, well, not Tales of Graces, I have played that. Pokemon A through Z, when that comes out. I will be playing a lot of games and showcasing them. And these are games, clearly, I have never played before, therefore I have no knowledge of. So if you are, in fact, tired of my stale commentary, because I know basically everything that happens in these games, I promise you, it will change. Because these are games I'm familiar with. It's kind of hard, and I'm not going to fake a reaction of what is going to happen. Unless it's something different in the playthrough that I didn't try before, that I tried this time, that's different.
Naturally, I'd be overjoyed to continue serving as your dormitory's caretaker.
I do apologize for keep cutting into these little segments, but I just wanted to make that note.
I'm your instructor, so you're stuck with me to the very end. Whatever you choose to do, you'll have my support.
Next time though, Sarah, please don't come into the hot springs half naked. It doesn't look very good with a student.
You're going to need to decide on a more specific course of action, though.
Oh?
Resolving to find a third way is a start, but only a start. It also leaves plenty of questions that need to be answered on top of it all.
Yeah, like exactly what is considered a third path? Is it just self-interest?
Well, then how about this? Let's figure out right now whether or not we want to keep using Ymir as our base of operations.
I don't think you should. It's not a good idea.
Just so we're clear on this, there's a limit to how many people can use the spirit path at any one time. And with as many people as we have now, I'm not sure how useful it's going to be at this point.
And we're limited on how frequently we can use it.
Oh, right.
Elliot, you knew that. We go through that same topic of conversation every single time. Oh, guess we're gonna have to wait a day or two before we can use Valimar again.
But we're also just as limited on where we can go otherwise. We haven't exactly been the most subtle group around. Who's to say we could even operate elsewhere?
Marcus, let's be real. We haven't been subtle since the formation of Class VII. What we've done lately is not anything new, I can assure you.
An astute point. The Noble Alliance will no doubt be even more wary of us than before.
I don't know about that. They've got crew.
In the end, no matter what we decide, we lose.
Indeed. Yet we're short on time, so a decision must be made now.
There's gotta be something that only we can do.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I know it exists. And I'm sure that we'll find it. The best thing we can do now is keep talking things out until we...
Well, doesn't this look fun?
Sorry, it's feeding time for the cats, and we have to literally separate one of them. And she likes to cut into a lot of fights. Anywho, oh my, whoever dare to interrupt our little fun session?
Mind if I join in?
Why, no, not at all, Vita.
What in the world?
It couldn't be.
Are you really surprised by this, Rean?
Vita?
Out of everyone, Emma, you should be the least surprised. Come now. Hi, Birdie.
It's lovely to see you again, Emma. You were finally able to reunite with all of your classmates. I'm happy for you. Really, I am.
I don't know about that one, Vita.
The goddess was on your side after all,
That sounds
Cut
almost...
the crap, Vita.
That almost sounds mocking.
Have you been listening in all this time?
Celine, are you honestly to God surprised by that? I mean, really?
Where are you? I'm not far at all. Listen closely now.
That sounds just like...
Sounds like what?
Is that?
It's coming from above us!
Oh! Lovely. I was helping for a tea party in the sky. Oh my god. I actually kind of forgot the size of this
Isn't
ship.
that the Noble Alliance Force's flagship?
That thing is as big as fucking Ymir!
What's the Pantagruel doing here?
Damn it! I didn't think she'd tell the rest of their army where we were.
Toval, are you... Really, bro? Really? Did it not occur to you that maybe, just maybe, she would in fact tell Crow at least?
But why now?
Why not now?
Why? Because our preparations are finally complete.
Uh-oh. Ah, come to face us in the flesh, eh, Vita? Looking
Vita!
lovely.
Vita, you're here. Yes, I am here, in the flesh. Good day to you all, Class VII. As nice as it would be to finally give you a hug, Emma, I wouldn't want to keep our guest of honor waiting any longer. So, without further ado...
Can't be. Isn't that...
Azure Knight.
Hi, Crow.
Crow.
Hey, Ardeen.
Long time no
no see, guys. Sorry for dropping in on you like this, but I'm sure you know the drill by now. You ready to have some fun?
I don't know, are you, Crow?
Is that really you, Crow?
Yeah. Laura, come now. Do you not recognize his voice?
There's no doubt about it.
See, you damn terrorist.
Come on!
Do we really have to do this in front of frickin' Ymir?
Right! Heed my call! Valimar!
The Ashen Knight! You forgot that bit! Ooh, the sun!
I'm not gonna lose this time. Because at the end of the day, he's just an obstacle that needs to be overcome.
If only it were just that mean.
So lend me your power, Valimar!
God, I love these games' soundtracks.
You've really taken to piloting since your last encounter, haven't you?
Gee, Vita, I couldn't imagine why that would be the case.
I was hoping you would, and you didn't let me down. You boys have so much potential.
You don't make much sense, Vita.
But potential is only that. Potential. And you, Rean, might want to reevaluate just how many obstacles need overcoming.
Oh. Ah. Yeah. You guys.
This is bad.
Oh. No, this is just delightful. Y'all here for tea?
Aren't those the Alliance's allies?
Long time no see, kiddos. You doing all right, Fee?
I see the purple lightning has joined your ranks.
Why is that notable?
Zeno. Leo.
Zephyr.
And a few members of Ouroboros, too. Guess all the big guys wanted a piece of us today.
And look, Sammy's here too.
That is... I'm sorry. Any intimidation factor Altina ever has is just immediately ruined with Milliam.
Kindly stop referring to Clown Soleus with that bizarre nickname.
Oh, God.
It's such a pleasure to visit this wintry wonderland once again.
I think you are the only Ouroboros member I would not mind never seeing again.
Oh, it's a pleasure, all right. The time for my long-awaited revenge has finally come. Now you shall pay!
It's only been 2 days since you first fought them, you know.
This could pose a problem. Why send so many powerful allies here?
You've proven to be rather formidable adversaries after all.
Of
It wouldn't
course.
do to underestimate you.
Hello, Rufus.
Rufus!
I'm pleased to see you all again, ladies and gentlemen of Class VII. As for you, dear brother, I was told that you'd run away from home. It does my heart good to see you safe and sound.
Are you honestly surprised that he even would?
So, you've finally gathered up the will to make the difficult choices life set at your feet, I presume. Even if those choices place you in my line of fire?
Yes, I have.
Can't believe he's shown up too.
Marcus, my guy, please. I don't think coaxing him is such a wise decision at this moment.
The Noble Alliance is pulling out all the stops to finally get rid of us, aren't they?
Rean, we'll take care of everything here. You and Valimar have your own battle to fight.
Are you sure?
We're in for a real brawl out here, but a guy couldn't ask for better opponents.
Leave the battle on the ground to us.
We've no intention of backing down without a fight.
I love how Machias is like, I don't know about this. Everyone else looks confident and ready for a fight. Him? He looks like he's about ready to run.
Wait, Sharon! I know they're all strong, but still.
Well, what do you say we get started?
Here it comes!
My heart be still. This is so bad! I love this game so much.
I'm impressed. You managed to hold your own better than I expected you to. It's only been a month or so, but you've really grown as an Awakener, Rean.
Gee, I wonder why I had to do such a thing, Grow?
Well, it's hard to go through the kinds of things I have without growing from the experience. And now that I've done all that, I'm going to be the one who takes you down.
No, you're not.
Oh, Crow, my God.
I said you could hold your own, not that you could win. Remember, there's still a 3-year gap's worth of experience between us.
Yeah, and
it's time you realize just how much of an impact that gap has.
That's enough, Crow!
experience doesn't matter in the face of wisdom. This is gonna be one hell of a fight.
Do they really stand a chance?
Well, they're putting up a good fight so far, but...
Are you guys just gonna stand there and do fucking nothing?
Yeah, it's not looking good.
Well then, don't just stand there! Get in the fight!
They're outnumbered for one thing.
Then it's time we lent them our aid.
Agreed. Weapons at the ready, guys.
Always in a rush, aren't you?
F off, Rufus.
Stay right where you are. I'll serve as your opponent today.
I couldn't have fought anyone else. I had to fight you specifically.
You will?
Trying to stop us from joining in?
I don't think stopping is what he's trying. I think he's more annoying than anything.
I'd rather our intrusion cause as little inconvenience as possible to the people of this village.
Oh, really? You want to explain why you have the place surrounded then? You've got the Panther Girl, you've got the Azure Knight, you've got Zephyr, you've got everybody else out here. Uh-huh, as little intrusion as possible, eh, Rufus? I think you've already failed. Oh, I'm gonna enjoy putting you in your place.
I'll let you make the first move.
Oh, good. It will be a move you can.
It's been quite some time since I last instructed you in fencing, Eustace. I look forward to seeing how you've improved.
Wow.
His guard's perfect.
Stay alert. Rufus is a master of court fencing.
Court fencing?
We'll need to put all we have into this battle to even stand a chance against him.
I would have it no other way.
Oh. Okay, Laura, Bea, Emma, I guess Alyssa, and I'll take... I mean, I don't think I'm gonna have to worry in terms of health. But you know what? Screw it. Come on down, Elliot!
Show me what you're capable of.
Oh, that and more, my friend. That and more. But first, let me take a selfie.
My turn.
I will be right back. I have to go do something really quick. And when we get back, we'll put Rufus in his place. I'm back! Whew. Sorry about that, guys. I had to go get my kitty cat insulin. Alright. Now, I think... Yeah, we did. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Now... Oh. Let's, make this interesting, shall we?
Here we go.
Oops.
Break stars in the heavens above. Answer to my voice.
Oh, Emma looks so damn cool doing this. I can imagine being a resident of this village and seeing shit like this. I would be hiding in the closet. Would it do me any good? Probably not.
Show your strength. Begin.
This is a trap. Did I get him that mad? I got him that mad, huh?
Divine lightning.
You won't get the best of me! Oh.
Everyone.
I should have done an S-craft with all of them. But I still got the +3 AP for kicking his booty.
Well, I won't deny that was an entertaining diversion.
Oh, screw you, Eustace.
But you do well to intensify your training regimen
Rufus!
if you hope to best me.
Rufus! I meant Rufus! I meant Rufus, not Eustace. This is what you get for having the same fucking name as him.
Well, how is he so strong?
He didn't stand a chance.
He might even be stronger than Sarah.
Are you guys okay?
Oh, Peachy Rean, we're doing great. Fabulous. Just fabulous.
Hey, you really think you've got time to be worrying about them?
Yes, in fact, I
You ain't
do.
getting out of this one, Rean. All right, bring it on.
Hell
Time to settle this, Crow.
Bring it on!
This'll be a tough one. Be careful.
I fucking love Ordine, though. Boehner's soundtrack, too, though. I don't think I can scan you. Okay. Okay. Don't aim for the body. Noted.
You can handle this?
I don't know, Crow. It's a bit hot. Oh, bro, come the fuck on. Ow! Crow!
Hope you're ready.
Yes? Maybe so. Maybe not. Dude, can I not hit not? Oh, there we go! Finally!
Darkness.
Gotcha! I'm going to lose this fight.
This is bad.
You are not kidding! Oh, no, no, no! Recover 5 HP. Damage taken. Okay. Is there honestly nothing else I can do? I don't know if this will do shit. I don't think it will.
You can handle this?
I don't think I can. I don't think I can heal myself either, with the exception of guard. And I don't think that's gonna do anything. I should have done the finisher. No!
Keep it up!
Ah! No! Wait! Wait, I say! Oh, son of a... I'm not gonna have a chance, am I? I'm so dead. Is there honestly nothing else I could do? If I'm gonna go, I'm going out in the bay!
Cleave open the way.
You all take me down that easily, Crow Arm Rust! Mark my words! Hey, I got some hot damage in. Oh yeah, with 4,572. Yeah, I'm fucking dead. But it was a good fight. I am fast wasting my time. That's very true, Crow. Very, very, very true.
Settled enough for you?
No, not really, but by the game standards, I suppose so.
You didn't even bother to use that trump card of yours.
He wasn't even trying last time, then was he?
Why? Was he this time?
Come on. With the way you are now, I don't even need to try. I'll always win.
That's rude.
And that, Rean, perfectly illustrates just how massive the gulf between us is. Maybe you think you've had it tough up till now.
No, not really, Crow. Not really,
But you're
not
gonna
at
need to
all.
go through a hell of a lot more if you want to even the odds.
Oh, would you care to enlighten me? What is a hell of a lot more? Hi, Vita.
I see the battle here has come to an end.
What do you want, Vita?
Oh, hey, Vita.
I can't help but feel a little bummed that everything went exactly as I thought it would.
Oh, go blow a mountain.
Still, it just goes to show how much faith I have in your skills, my sweet Azure Chevalier.
Really?
Funny, I don't recall ever becoming yours. How's everything up top?
I think it's only a matter of time before the battle is decided.
We're not gonna hurt anybody in the town, are we? I mean, you're not gonna let us get that far, right, guys?
But we've caused enough trouble for the people of Ymir already. It's about time we brought this to a close. Fenestrum Phantasma Window.
My apologies for not coming down to speak with you in person, ladies and gentlemen of Thor's Military Academy.
It's you.
You know who I am, of course, but I am Duke Cayenne, ruler of the Ymir province and supreme leader of the Noble Alliance.
And Royal Jackass.
Duke Cayenne?
So even the big guy himself is here.
Well, not necessarily. He's actually in the pantry room. Glare.
I must say, what a curious group we have here. I'd heard as much, but allow me to extend my most heartfelt congratulations. My expectations have thoroughly been exceeded.
Oh, have they now?
When I saw young Eustace and Laura in Legram earlier this year, I could never have imagined this is how we would next meet.
In the throes of battle?
Oh, I'm sure your parents must have warned you against wandering off with such disreputable individuals on a number of occasions.
Excuse you!
But I suppose every child thinks that they alone know what is best for themselves.
I'm gonna fucking throw you overboard, buddy, and I'm not gonna feel one damn bit ounce of bad for it.
Duke Alberea was simply livid about what happened. But it can't hurt to learn more about the outside world, hmm?
Who cares what Duke Dimpyhead thinks?
Every word that leaves his mouth is condescending.
Yeah. That's a true noble for you.
Did you come all the way here just to tell us that?
Don't be silly, child. Rean Schwarzer. I had this meeting arranged because I wanted to speak with you.
Well, I'm here. Start talking.
Perhaps the method was a touch too garish for something so simple, but do forgive me for not formally requesting an audience.
With me?
With you. Allow me to get right to the point. I wish to invite you, Ashen Chevalier, aboard our flagship.
Is that an invite or a threat?
Wait, why?
I've heard all about your magnificent exploits across the land.
Really? That's it?
And so I thought it would be nice to sit down and have a long, pleasant chat with you.
Oh, pleasant. Not likely.
About the past, the present, as well as your future.
Go take a walk off the sheer, walk off the mountain.
Are you suggesting?
You want Rean to join the Noble Alliance?
Are you guys really honestly surprised? He's a divine knight. He's an awakener.
Should you accept my invitation, we will withdraw peacefully from Ymir.
Of course it would be a threat.
Furthermore,
Or
I
threat.
give you my personal assurance that we will leave this village alone for the duration of this war. A fine proposition, is it not? Are we interested?
You know, I don't like you.
Very well. Allow me to accept your invitation.
Ah. I think you mean threats. But sure.
Don't be an idiot.
Well, at least one of you is making sense.
This is clearly a trap. They wouldn't come all the way out here and take you into their flagship if it weren't.
Well, would you rather he put Ymir at risk, Celine?
I appreciate your concern. But trap or not, this might be a good chance for us, too. I think I'd regret it if I let it pass. Valimar, transport Celine back outside.
Are you certain?
Now hold it right there.
Don't worry about me. The odds were against all of us getting back together, but we did it. And I'm sure we can do it again, too. So just wait with Emma for now. I'll be back before you know it. Valimar, if you would.
Very well.
Wait!
Doesn't feel so pleasant when you're on the other side of it, huh, Celine?
It seems the time has come for us to part ways once again. But remember this. You're an Alberea. There is power and dignity in that name, to whatever end you would use it. I want you to prove that the convictions you cling to are worthy of your loyalty. Not for my benefit, but for yours.
Wait!
Lord Rufus!
Well met, Lord Schwarzer. It's a pleasure to see you again. Allow me to extend my apologies for the harm my father visited upon this town and its people.
Never mind that. What do you intend to do with my son? And what is a promising young man like yourself?
We're simply going to borrow young Rean for a short while. There's nothing to worry about.
Uh-huh.
I'm a busy man these days, though, so for now, I bid you adieu.
got back together too. Why?
Sorry, but I'll be back, I promise. So stay safe.
Master Rean! Rean!
I don't ever recall Sarah screaming that way for me before. I didn't know she was considered a guest character, if that is the case. But yeah, that is the whole scene I was looking forward to. It only gets wilder from there. But now I think you can officially say Act 2 has officially begun. Is that Valimar I see? Yep, Valimar and Ordine. I don't know why I thought they'd be in the hangar inside of the ship. Oh. Do they really think that will hold him down if he really pushed it? Well, I'm
So this
here.
is what Duke Cayenne looks like from up close.
Totally a douchier than what he does on TV.
It's hard to believe that I've ended up in the same room as the leader of the Noble Alliance.
Quick, shove him out the window.
Although, I guess we did meet back in Legram before the war broke out.
Rean Schwarzer.
That's the name. Don't wear it out.
Truth be told, we don't want this war to drag on any more than you do.
Really?
We only acted as we did, due in part to our dearly departed Chancellor's behavior being far too unreasonable to justify turning a blind eye.
I wish I could believe that, Cayenne.
He garnered the trust of His Majesty, and in turn misused that trust. He flagrantly disregarded this nation's beloved culture and traditions, treating Erebonia as if it were his own personal property.
Oh, you mean like you?
Surely you too noticed this.
Well,
I can't say you're quite any better.
I can't say I disagree. We did hear story after story during our field studies about how aggressive his policies were, about the way he didn't care how many enemies he made as a result, creating terrorist groups like the Imperial Liberation Front.
But as I said, the cause of our nation's ills is now gone. Now, all that remains is to turn back the hands of time just a touch, and the good old days of the Empire will be upon us once more. The key to this bright future lies in putting aside our differences and joining hands. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I'll join hands as I politely throw you overboard.
I'm afraid that yes, you are. Do you honestly believe that people can so easily put aside their differences after all the Alliance has done? You occupied Heimdall and effectively took every one of its citizens hostage, imprisoned the Imperial family. And let's not forget how you're now in league with the enemy nation responsible for the destruction of Gorelia Fortress. After all that, the Imperial army would never bow their heads to the likes of you, even if the rest of the population did.
My word, I'm afraid there's been a terrible misunderstanding. The Imperial family is simply under our loving protection. They certainly haven't been imprisoned.
Right. And the pigs can fly too, did you notice?
But that does bring me to exactly why I want you to help us.
It does?
The Azure Knight is already on our side. But if we had your Ashen Knight as well, that would mean we'd have 2 of the great knights of Erebonian legend to put into play. Couple them with our Panzer Soldats, and the Imperial Army's armored divisions would cower before us.
And who says I would join your side of this?
You may not find us winning the war ideal, but this union benefits everyone more than carrying on until our inevitable victory,
Oh, really now?
I don't think it's that simple.
I beg to differ. The presence of Soldats units on a battlefield makes a tremendous difference.
Yeah, but you take away Crow and they're utterly useless.
What they may lack in firepower and armor compared to tanks, they make up for in mobility and versatility. But more important than even those factors is the psychological impact they have on our opponents.
Well...
Okay, admittedly, yeah, I guess that's fair.
We're only human. As such, we are as captivated as we are terrified of giant beings bearing human form. And if that holds true even for mass-produced soldats made with modern technology, it will be all the more true for the divine knights of legend you and Crow possess.
Can't argue with that logic.
Doesn't mean
I will say it once more. Gileath Osborne is dead.
Thank you. I never would have noticed.
And with his death, all that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire.
So then why don't you? Last I checked, it was the Imperial family who's ahead of everything. And yet, they're nowhere to be seen.
Only then will everything be as it should.
Then why hasn't the Emperor spoken out? I'm waiting, Cayenne.
That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
Yeah, very thinly veiled.
Are you trying to?
Are you surprised, Rean?
Whatever you ultimately decide, their safety is guaranteed. I would ask that you promise him this, if nothing else, Your Grace.
But of course, I'm not a monster.
Yeah, okay.
Rufus.
We may stand on opposite sides of this conflict, but I still sit on Thor's board of directors.
That doesn't mean shit to me!
And in that capacity, I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
You're just gonna leave me there? Oh, sure. Hands off the merchandise! Please come with us, Master Rean. We will escort you to your guest room. Food and refreshments will be provided for you there. Help! Help! I've been kidnapped by a handsome man and his crazy loonies! I can only imagine my neighbors thinking I've finally lost it. Whoa, wait, is this the inside of the ship? I keep forgetting about how magnificent this pantry room really is. Really, guys? You really couldn't flex it on anything else? It had to be the fanciest piece of shit imaginable? Well, Rean, at least you have to admit one thing. It's comfy.
All that's left to be done is end this ridiculous war and return order to the Empire.
And you fail to explain how.
Only then will everything be as it should. That includes both your pleasant academy life and the peaceful days of darling Elise and her friend the princess.
I suggest you consider carefully the choice before you. After all, every soldier must decide for himself whether a cause is worth fighting, perhaps even dying for. I look forward to hearing your answer.
It's hard to argue that this war began because the noble faction went too far. But the longer it goes on, the more people are going to suffer. Am I really okay with that? If I join them, I could reduce the number of victims, be friends with Crow again, free Elise and Princess Elfin. No, this isn't that simple. Think, Rean, think! I was able to reunite with the others, but Elise and Princess Elfin are still in the Alliance's custody. What's the best thing I can do? This isn't just about me. What do all of us want to do?
Keep racking your brain like that and smoke will start coming out of your ears.
Oh, ha ha, Crow. Hi, handsome. Yeah, you forgot to knock, Sherlock.
What do you want?
Hey now, no need to give me that look. I figured I was gonna find you busy thinking everything over like your life depended on it. And what do you know? I was right.
How about you mind your own damn business?
Whoa, Rean! Hostile, hostile!
Don't you have better things to do with your time? I figured the glorious Azure Chevalier would be far too busy with the war to be hanging out around here.
It's tough being popular. If you joined us, I could get away with doing half the work I am now.
Oh, you would just love that, wouldn't you?
So come on, stop freaking out about it so much and make a choice.
This isn't something I can just decide by flipping a coin, Crow. And besides, it'd probably be an easier choice if not for a certain someone. What's that in your hand, anyway?
Dinner! Don't do drugs.
Grub, of course. Kinda early, but I brought you your lunch. Mind if I join you?
Not at all, handsome. Hello, Selby. Shit, bro, that looks so good. I want some.
Hamburgers, fries, and onion rings, huh?
Oh, it looks so good.
I was expecting something more fancy like I had last night.
Oh, that kind of food more your thing?
He might be to you, but he's sexy as hell for me.
Okay then, give me a minute while I go ask the chef to whip something up.
Yo, whoa, whoa, no, Crow, this is fantastic, 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 fantastic.
No, this is fine.
He's got a magnificent personality.
The burger looks delicious.
The whole damn thing looks so good.
Cool. All right, dig in.
I'd love to. I want some!
This tastes kind of different from a normal burger. Oh, no wonder. It's got whitefish in it.
Yeah, they're called fish burgers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, the tartar sauce makes for an unusual extra flavoring too. This tastes amazing.
Screw you, Reed. I want some!
I like this way more than the food I had last night, to be honest.
Well, glad to hear it. Guess it was worth putting my cooking skills to the test after all.
Wait, you made this?
Was my first time cooking in a while, too. Sharon could probably do better, though.
Yeah, well, that's Sharon.
But I wanted to give it a shot anyway. This stuff was like soul food back in Dry, where I grew up.
Oh.
To think, all the time we spent searching for the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, and he was right under our noses. Crow Armbrust from the Jirai SEZ.
Oh, yeah. Vita was using some weird thing of hers to let you see what was going on, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So I guess you saw what happened there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jirai was that special economic zone in the northwest you guys went to during our August field study, too.
We didn't run into anything like that in the Jirai Special Economic Zone. Though, I guess that makes sense seeing as it's under the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble.
I seem to recall that it was annexed 8 years ago. Is that right?
Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Now it's prospering as a special economic zone on the coast. Seems like a lively place.
So you ended up going back to your old hometown then?
Yeah, by pure coincidence. It's changed a lot since I was last there, so it was kind of surreal being back again.
A good kind, right, Crow?
But it was nostalgic in its own way, too.
It's been bugging me for a long time now. What could have made you want to join a group of terrorists like the Imperial Liberation Front? What was it that made you hate Chancellor Osborne that much? Enough to take his life? Oh. Tell me, Crow, please. I want to know what it was that made you who you are now.
It's nothing good, that's for sure.
What kind of place Jirai was, how you lived there, and what you were doing before you entered the academy and met Toa, Angelica, and George.
Having parties!
Where's the fun in prying into a guy's past?
'Cause I'd want to know more about you?
Save all that talk for your number one in class.
Who says you're not?
Who's the lucky girl anyway? Elisa? Laura? Emma? Fee?
Crow?
And don't tell me it's Milliam, because, you know, it...
No, bro! Hold up! No!
I'm serious, Crow. I really want to know. Think of telling me your past as paying off the interest you owe in that 50 Mira. Because until I know, until we know, we won't be able to move forward.
I don't think it matters.
You're really serious.
You don't think he was? Crow, really, bro?
Crow?
Ah, we gotta get all anime-like, eh?
My past really isn't that big of a deal, you know. It's got nothing on yours, that's for sure. If you find yourself thinking that's all when I'm done, well, I warned you. So, you really want to know?
Yes.
Yeah. Nothing you say will change my mind. Please, tell me.
All right, you win. Like I said, it's just your run-of-the-mill sob story. Pick up any history textbook and you'll probably find a dozen others just like it. It's the kind of story that's so common no one bothers to remember it, like it never even happened.
I'll remember.
Back in those days, Jirai was known as Jirai City. It was a city-state off the coast of northwest Zemuria that prospered through maritime trade with West Erebonia, Northumbria, and Remiferia. It had a population of around 150,000 people, so it wasn't exactly a big place or anything. Because of that, the surrounding nations left it alone and let us live out our days in peace. We were until about 20 years ago. That was when the Northumbrian disaster struck, and much of the Principality of Northumbria was turned to salt. And as a result, trade on the northwest shore was reduced to virtually nothing.
For those curious, I think the whole salt disaster, I don't know if that's in another game. So, just a fair warning.
Day after day, Jirai's prosperity started to fade away. Still, it wasn't all bad. We had our fishing, our historic landmarks, our septium mines. We could make use of those to get trade going again, both to keep our state running and to help out Northumbria. In fact, the one who advocated that approach was the mayor, my grandfather. He was the last mayor Jirai City ever had.
Oh, he's adorable! Look at little Crow. I just want to pinch his cheeks. He's so cute.
He was a stubborn old bastard, but he had this wry sense of humor and was well loved by everyone. I lost my mom and dad early, so he was also my only living relative. He taught me just about everything a guy could know. He was like a mom, dad, and your old master rolled into one, I guess. Anyway, fast forward to 10 years ago. Out of nowhere, we received this proposal from the Erebonian government. They said they wanted to extend a railway line from Heimdall all the way to Jirai. We relied on the sea for trade before, but there wasn't any reason to believe we couldn't benefit from being connected to Heimdall by rail. The proposal drew overwhelming support from the city's council, and as a result, my grandfather was forced to accept. Within a year, the city had all of its old life back and then some. The streets were more bustling than ever. But keep in mind, this was the result of huge amounts of Imperial capital flowing into the city. Land and buildings we once treasured were bought up left and right. Everything became a target for investment. People only cared about making money. Something similar supposedly happened in Crossbell too, but unlike there, no opposition existed in Jirai. My grandfather sensed something was off, and he tried what he could to get the situation under control. Then one day, someone blew up the railway line leading to Jirai. Everyone demanded that it be repaired as quickly as possible. Everyone except the Imperial government. Instead, they panned our national security arrangements for being insufficient and threatened to withdraw all Imperial capital. The city was left in an uproar like we'd never seen. Shares plummeted, and with no one able to ascertain the culprit's identity, chaos reigned. That was when he showed up. Chancellor Gileath Osborne, in his third year as representative of the Imperial government, personally came to Jirai. We then received a second proposal.
The restoration of the railway and its future security will be seen to by the Imperial Army. In return for our continued assistance in safekeeping, Jirai will come under the wing of our glorious empire and attain even greater prosperity as a special economic zone.
The timing was too good to be true, really. Realizing this, my grandfather staunchly opposed the idea. He tried everything he could to convince the city's council to reject the offer. Unfortunately, once you taste the sweet fruit of prosperity, it's hard to want to go back. The council, made up of influential merchants in all their greed, jumped at the offer. And tempted by the elimination of customs, together with the tax breaks from being an SEZ, many of the citizens did too. And during all that, they'd conveniently found a suspect behind the railway incident. My grandfather. He loved Jirai more than anyone, and up till then, its people loved him too. And yet, virtually overnight, he found himself facing the wrath of both the city's council and the citizens alike. Left with no choice, he resigned from his position as mayor, and Jirai formally became part of the Empire. Both of these things happened on the same exact day. That was 8 years ago. Naturally, everyone knew my grandfather wasn't the one who did it. They knew who was really responsible. They just turned a blind eye to the truth. See? I warned you. Just your run-of-the-mill sob story.
I don't know what to say, Crow.
Doesn't make it any
What
less.
happened to him after that? Your grandfather.
It doesn't make it any less heart-wrenching, that's for sure.
One day, he just up and died. Once he resigned, the whole affair with the railway getting blown up was all but forgotten. He lived comfortably in retirement for about half a year, fell ill, and that was that. He just lost the will to go on, I guess. Like I said, he was the only family I had. I mean, I had plenty of friends even then, but I chose to leave it all behind. I was 13 at the time. I wandered the land, doing whatever I had to get by. That was when I met old Cayenne, who happily indulged my hatred for the Chancellor. And with his financial backing, I went out with the goal to find others who were just like me. That was the beginning of the Imperial Liberation Front. Gideon, Scarlet, and Vulcan were among those I recruited. I had also met Vita then. I only knew her as the woman who would often come to see Cayenne. She guided me to a place below the city of Ordis, and there slept the Azure Knight Ordine. One after another, I overcame the same trials you did with your friends, but alone. And once I'd proven myself worthy, Ordine accepted me as his awakener. That was 3 years ago. I was 16. My preparations complete, I concealed my background and enrolled in a military academy near the capital. Everything I did for the sole purpose of taking the Chancellor's head. Come on now, what's with the face?
It's so sad.
You look sadder about all this than I do.
Because you've come to accept it.
Yeah, I guess.
I swear. I'm not trying to tell you the Chancellor was evil or anything.
What?
Huh? But you... What?
Still, there's no denying that he managed to outwit my grandfather. And he may have lost, but Pop's always loved a good gamble. It's thanks to him that I'm pretty good at chess, card games, that kind of stuff.
Ah, so that's who I can blame for your addiction.
I'd say it's fairly normal for a student to want to avenge his master's defeat, wouldn't you?
Maybe.
At the end of the day, there's no denying this country has problems, and the Chancellor's methods were making them worse. I studied those problems, worked out how to use the situation to my advantage, and then won the game with an all-or-nothing gamble. But when you think of how peaceful Jirai is now, I'd say I've got a duty to clear up the mess left behind by my game too, which means ending this war and restoring peace. So it's only when that's done that my game is truly over. I don't want whatever your decision is to be influenced by my past.
Why'd you... No, Patty.
Like Rufus said, you need to think long and hard about what it is you're fighting for. For you, more than anyone else.
Yeah, but Crow...
Anyway, I think I've stuck around here for long enough.
Did you people not have any of the onion rings or the french fries? Because I still see a plate full. Did neither one of you drink either?
You're gonna be treated as a visitor. Well, sort of.
Sort of?
It's about time for the higher-ups to head back to Heimdall, so go ahead and pass the time however you want.
Oh yeah, I'll be having a hell of a time.
However I want. What else can I even do here?
Besides go crazy? What? Where the fuck you idiots going?
There'll be no guards outside your room, so if you want to try and escape, be my guest.
You're practically encouraging that, Crow.
Just keep in mind that some members of Ouroboros and Zephyr are on board too. Not to mention me, Scarlet, and Vulcan.
Ah, is that a challenge, Crow?
So if you're up for a gamble of your own, get ready to take all of us on.
Don't think I don't see the smirk. You want it.
Sounds fun.
Oh yeah, one more thing. There's this real cute visitor in the guest of honors room on the second floor. I think she'd perk right up if she saw you, so why not go pay her a visit?
I'll do
Just don't go
that.
making your girl jealous, okay?
I don't have to. My girl's in front of me. Bye!
I wonder who he means. He said she's in the guest of honors room. Well, I can't waste much time here. I told everyone I'd definitely come back soon. Right now, I need to gather as much information as I can. I can make my choice after that. At least then, it'll be an informed one.
And informed it will be. However, I will be right back. Again, it's time for dinner, so I'll be right back.
Right. 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 Right.
I'm back. Thank you everybody for waiting. I just wanted to finish my dinner really quick. Alright. So, now we know why Crow is the way he is. His grandpa, unfortunately, faced a rather upsetting fate. And being the only family member he had, Crow reacted in the only way he knew best. It's upsetting.
I can sense someone inside.
Ugh. It's upsetting, but now we know why he's turned to terrorism to solve his problems.
Huh? It's open. Come on in.
Who the hell?
That sounds like...
Vulcan?
Excuse me.
I think. Or is it Zeno? Or Leo? Vulcan! Hey, buddy.
Oh, it's you. You finished talking with C?
Yee.
His name's Crow, not C.
They've known him as C, Rean.
And he's never going to be anything else for me.
Oh, I know his real name.
You just choose not to use it.
But to us, he's always gonna be C. That's our leader. He might be young, but each and every one of us look up to him and respect him. Anyway, take a seat.
I'm not gonna, like, trick me into getting bombed, are you?
Got a whole lot of questions, I bet.
That and more.
Does you asking that mean you're willing to answer them?
Depends on the questions.
Just out of curiosity, how many members does the Imperial Liberation Front have left? I know the explosion back in the mine was staged, obviously.
Sure was. Anyway, 10, give or take.
Real? What? Only 10 left?
We lost most of our members as soon as the war started kicking into gear.
Oh.
As in deaths or just resigning?
Is that because the group's primary objective had been fulfilled?
Basically, yeah.
Okay, so not by death. That's good to know, at least.
We all came from different backgrounds, but the one thing we had in common was that we hated that bastard's guts. So after he'd kicked it, most of the guys didn't really have any reason for sticking around. Can't say I blame him for calling it quits.
Crow said that seeing this war through to its end was the last part of his game. Are the members who haven't left sticking around for similar reasons?
Interesting question. Can't speak for the others, but me, I don't really care how this war goes.
Ah, delightful.
I mean, I'm a former Jaeger who can hold his own in a fight. I've always lived for war.
Yeah, this is true.
And teaching those dumbasses in the provincial armies how to pilot soldats is a job worth doing, even if it's a pain.
And full of complete and utter morons.
If we disband, I'll find myself something else to do.
I see. I can't defend the assassination of the Chancellor or what you did near Trista, but I'd be happy if you chose to disband at least.
You're a funny kid.
Yeah, isn't he?
Being oddly nice to us after all the shit we caused, don't you think?
That's one way of putting
The
it.
cycle of hatred's gone on for long enough. Crimes you've committed will never vanish, but no one wants this war to go on longer than it has to. It's not as though you guys want war, do you?
Well, there are the people who profit off of it, so technically, yes, they would want the war to keep going.
That's enough of the niceties. If you've got time to worry about us, use it to worry about yourself. Whether you choose to side with the Alliance or go against them, you've got a tough road ahead, whether you like it or not. Make sure to think long and hard before you decide. And if we end up as enemies again, show me what you got.
I thought you were gonna say shimmy your moves. I was gonna say, okay, Captain Falcon.
On the battlefield, I mean.
Excuse me.
Falcon, why do you have 2 beds?
Think I might have been too harsh on the kid.
No, not really. This is war. You can't necessarily play nice.
Still. Yeah. He's probably perfect for the job.
Huh? What job? What job are you talking about? I actually don't remember. What job is he talking about? Okay, Vulcan, you have officially alarmed me just a smidge.
He saw right through me. He's not wrong, though. I should be worrying about myself right now.
Taking advice from a terrorist now, are
He
we?
seemed kind of different, though. Like he'd lost his spark. His sole objective in life seemed to be to get revenge for his old Jaeger Corps killed by Osborn. Maybe he's just not sure what to do with himself now that he's done just that?
Why do I have the distinct impression it's much more worse than that? I actually don't even remember what happens to him. I don't even remember what happens to Scarlet. I know what happens to Crow, but
Sense someone inside.
not Scarlet or Vulcan.
Judging by the fact that V is in the next room.
Must be S. Scarlet!
Come on in if you like.
Hi, Scarlet.
Excuse me.
Hi, Scarlet.
Hello there, love. I'd heard you came on board yesterday, so I did wonder whether we would run into one another at some point.
Hello, Scarlet. Last time we spoke was a month and a half ago near Trista, I think.
Quite a memorable day for both of us, wasn't it? There's no need to stand over there. Come and have a seat. I'll pour us some tea.
You really don't have to. Well, I guess there's no harm in chatting for a bit.
I was about to say, I don't think she's taking no as an answer, Rean.
These tea leaves really are wonderful, aren't they? Only the best for the airship of Erebonia's most powerful noble, I suppose.
I have to admit, the fragrance is like no tea I've ever had before. You're right, though. It makes sense if it's something Duke Cayenne personally chose.
Oh? I was under the impression that your family is a part of the nobility, too.
Well, yes and no.
Your father is a baron, isn't he?
He might be a noble, but generally barons aren't all that wealthy. We live a relatively modest lifestyle.
Oh, really? I wouldn't have thought it before, but maybe my family was actually more well off than yours.
And Scarlet, I heard she lost her old hometown when he went and built a railway through it.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
What kind of family did you come from then?
Oh, they weren't nobles, if that's what you're wondering.
A bunch of farmhands?
They were just relatively wealthy farmers.
I was actually kidding. The fact I even suggested that must have implied that I do have some recollection of this.
We were almost local celebrities in a way.
Oh, I see.
You're wondering how someone like me became a terrorist? It's written all over your face.
Yeah, he is as hidden as a well-written book.
Well, I can't deny that I'm curious. I heard that you lost your hometown because Osborn built a railway through it.
Oh, did C tell you? No, I suppose it must have been V. He never was one to keep quiet about things.
So, I mean, what happened?
Some things are best left unsaid, I think. It's not as if knowing would somehow allow you to change things.
I suppose.
You're so adorable, Rean. Now I know why C took a liking to you. What do you say? How about you come and fight with me and the other big girls and boys? It'll be fun, I promise.
Hey, I can handle myself just fine, thank you very much, Scarlet.
Please stop teasing me. Anyway, thank you for the tea. It wasn't just made with high-quality leaves. It was brewed exceptionally, too.
You're very welcome.
Oh, actually, I may as well ask while I have the chance. Where did you learn how to use that weapon of yours anyway? It's pretty unique.
Oh, that? I suppose it can't hurt to tell you. The holy city of Arteria.
The Arteria? Where the high seat of the Septian Church is?
That's the one. It's called a Templar sword, and it's a traditional weapon in the church. A few years ago, I was studying to be a sister and was trained in how to use it there.
Why do sisters have the need to know how to fight?
Surely you must be talking about some other church, right? You're telling me there are sisters in the Septian Church who use weapons like that?
There are more things in this world you don't know than you could possibly imagine. Well, it doesn't matter much now. I ended up returning to Erebonia before my training was complete.
Oh?
Anyway, that's all I'm telling you for now. I'll give you the full story if you decide to join us. And if you choose not to join, well, that way has its own charms, I suppose.
Interesting.
She ended up being a lot friendlier than I expected her to be. I wonder how much of what she was saying about being a sister was true. She seemed to really hate the Chancellor.
Gee, I can't imagine why. Her entire hometown is gone because of him. I mean, out of everyone, not that I'm saying that Crow's reason to hate this guy is weak, but out of everyone, she has a legitimately good reason to hate this guy. I mean, you could argue that for both V and C, but I mean, out of all of them, C and S are probably the only two that I actually kind of feel bad for. And I don't necessarily feel bad for V because, technically speaking, that's the lifestyle he chose. He chose to be a part of something like that. And that kind of lifestyle, unfortunately, heralds many deaths, among other things. So, technically speaking, yes, what happened to his corpse was horrible. However, that is a lifestyle all of them chose. Whereas Crow and Scarlet, they didn't have an opportunity. Crow's grandfather was basically bullied into illness, which eventually killed him. And Scarlet even had less of a chance because he built a freaking railroad through her town and thought, here, have some money. That will fix all of your problems. So, technically, I still think out of all of them, Scarlet and Crow have real, legitimately good reasons to hate the counselor, or chancellor, whatever.
I wonder what she intends to do now that he's gone.
But that's how I see it. I'm not taking anything away from who he is and his organization. I understand, yeah, he could have friends in there, and you're not wrong. And I get that. But I just don't feel the connection to his story as much as I do with the others. Because the others have real legitimate reasons. Oh, good heavens.
Good day to you, Rean Schwarzer.
Go the fuck away. I don't want to talk to you.
What the? You're the Phantom Thief.
Really, Rean? You're just realizing that?
You sure look comfortable. What are you doing here?
Ha ha! Why wouldn't I be? I'm as much a guest on this ship as you are. And who would deny themselves the pleasure of a ship so beautiful? The furnishings are immaculate. The food and wine are positively sumptuous. And I am of the firm belief that it's wasteful not to take advantage of the opportunities life presents you.
Uh-huh.
Ah, and speaking of opportunities, don't just stand there. Take a seat and join me in having a drink.
I'd much rather not.
You've been blessed with the rare chance to sit and chat one-on-one with the most beloved thief of our time.
Are you actually kidding? Because not gonna lie, out of all of the characters in this franchise, I think it's you that I hate. Just unconditionally hate. You annoy me to death, Blue Blanc.
I can't believe that's how you describe yourself.
Well, at least Rean sees it. I'll take some comfort into knowing that.
Well, what the hell? I'll have a drink. Nothing alcoholic, though.
I'll take some.
Funny. I didn't realize you'd met Prince Olivert.
Indeed, there are few even among royals whose palate is so refined as his. Between our shared love of beauty and fundamental difference of opinion on the nature of love,
oh, dear heavens.
He forever remains an endless source of entertainment for me.
I suddenly feel very sorry for him. What happened down in Liberl sounds pretty amazing, though. I'd heard there were problems with orbital technology in southern Erebonia at the time, but I had no idea that was why.
Ha ha! That magnificent floating city was quite the sight to behold, let me tell you. Oh, how I wish I could have shown it to you.
If I'm not mistaken, I think that's one of the other games. I don't know which one specifically. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's one of the earlier entries into the franchise.
It would have changed your view of the world completely.
It really does sound amazing. Wait, why am I sitting here having a friendly discussion with a wanted criminal?
You've been doing that with Vulcan and Scarlet.
He has so many interesting and unusual stories, I got completely caught up listening to them.
Ha ha! A thief of my caliber can steal much more than objects, Rean. There. I was able to steal much of your time and your interest.
You have stories. Technically speaking, we all do, and we'd all be interested in hearing each other's stories because it's not our stories, it's their stories. And I know this sounds confusing, but believe me when I say someone else's life story is far more fascinating than your own.
Perhaps I stole your heart as well?
Blue Blanc, shut the hell up.
Rest assured that did not happen. Your stories were interesting, though, I'll admit. By the way, you wouldn't happen to know where Prince Olivert is now, would you? Last I checked, he wasn't actively fighting against the Alliance.
Ha ha! I imagine Duke Cayenne would welcome a man like the Prince with open arms into the Alliance, if he so wished to join. To my knowledge, he was always wary of the Chancellor himself. But I digress. I'm afraid not even I know where he is at the moment. However, I'm inclined to believe that wherever he's hiding, the Crimson Wings is there with him.
So the Courageous is missing too, then. Although the Duke's got some nerve if he expects Prince Olivert to side with him after he imprisoned the rest of the Imperial family.
But think, these kinds of things are simply what the great nobles of this country have always done. The War of the Lions, too, was brought about by numerous families of some standing backing potential successors to the throne. Emperor Dreigels, as a late arrival to the war, was a mere exception to the rule. I wonder, does Prince Olivert think himself as the second coming of Dreigels?
I'll give him this much. Olivert tends to be a bit exceptional, but not pompous. I wouldn't think he thought that at all. And I don't know what you have been given in order for you to come to that conclusion.
One of which is to bring the winds of change to Thor's military academy. A gust of fresh air, if you will.
If anything, he just sounds ambitious.
I'll admit, I hesitated to allow it, but I decided to place my hopes in you. We believed then, as we still do, that one day you all will be a great light that can push back the darkness of this country.
I don't think he does. From what I can tell, he intends to try and end this war in a slightly different way from Dreigels.
Oh?
Sorry, but I should be going.
Haha.
Thanks for all the interesting stories. They helped me work through things in my head a bit.
Yeah, I guess you'll just have to wait to see how it all ends.
Ha ha! I'm pleased to hear
When
it.
did you...
I will be waiting at the edge of my seat to hear which path you choose. Join us, and you'll be warmly welcomed.
When did you put that on?
Naturally, I'm fascinated by you as the Ashen Knight's pilot.
I'm only interested in Crow and certainly not you, so back the fuck up 10 feet.
But I'm even more fascinated with that brute strength of yours. I would love the chance to see the power of an ogre up close.
You know, buddy, I could use this power to shove you off the ship. And quite frankly, I don't think anybody would miss you.
I doubt it's half as interesting as what you're thinking. Anyway, if you'll excuse me.
Oh, I'm so glad that conversation's over with. I can't help it. Out of all of the characters I know, Blue Blanc, especially playing through, is the only one to honestly annoy me to no end.
I wonder who's in here.
We got a visitor?
Come on in.
Hey, it's Zeno and Leo.
Excuse me.
How do you people have sixth senses that tell you when people are... What's with the music? What's with the music? The music tells me that usually
figured
that
it was
someone's
you.
gonna die. Yo.
Have a seat.
Can I stand by the door in case I need a bowl for it?
Bourbon? I suppose not.
I'd have some. I'll have some bourbon.
Yeah, I really shouldn't.
I'll take some.
How come you guys are being so friendly, though?
Really, Rean? The rest of them have been nice. All... I think the answer is quite obvious.
I mean, we're on opposing sides and all.
That... we don't truly know.
Why wouldn't we be? It's not like we're on a battlefield right now. We're Jaegers. Nothing unusual about us trying to cut some throats one day that's sitting in a bar with the same guys the next.
See, that's what I mean when I talk about how I don't necessarily feel much when it comes to Vulcan's story.
Of course, if you would rather fight with us, that can be arranged.
I shall have to politely decline. For one thing, I don't think I'd stand the slightest chance of taking you two down.
At least not alone.
Hey now, no need to be so pessimistic.
Both of you facing me by myself? I think I have every right to be pessimistic.
Fee seems to think pretty highly of you. Have a little more faith in yourself.
Well, that's Fee.
At the very least, you'd be able to give us a real fight in your divine night.
Oh, so I could technically fight you two while fighting in a giant robot. That does not at all sound like a fair fight.
Not that I'd have any intention of losing even then.
The scary thing is, I'm pretty sure he's dead serious.
Oh, I know he's dead serious.
Well, they're used to taking out tanks. They probably have their ways.
Yeah, I'm sure they do.
Huh. Oh yeah? Ranking 72nd for the year in an academy full of big shot students ain't half bad. Brings a tear to my eye to see our little Fee putting her heart into her education.
And don't forget, she was the youngest of her classmates, too. The boss was right when he said that she can do anything she puts her mind to.
You got that right. Maybe joining the gardening club will make her a bit more ladylike, too.
Huh?
Oh, who am I kidding?
Yeah, no offense. It hasn't really changed her.
She's still young. She has plenty of time to develop on that front if she
Oh,
pleases.
come on, you two.
They really seem to adore her, like two proud parents talking about their child. And yet... If you don't mind me asking, why did you leave Fee behind?
See, that's the one question I am curious about myself. I don't remember.
After your boss was killed in a battle with his sworn enemy, I mean.
Oh, Fee told you about that. It sounds like you're closer to her than I thought you were.
What's with the glare?
I trust this is simply me being paranoid.
Oh no.
But you haven't tried making any moves on her, have you?
No?
No, of course not. I wouldn't dream of it.
Maybe Crow, but not Fee?
I just want to know why you'd abandon her when she obviously means so much to the two of you. She thought of you all like family. Why did you leave her all alone?
Well... We had our reasons. Let's leave it at that.
That's not good enough.
I know you want to know, but you're not the one we should be telling that to.
I mean, I guess that's fair.
We'll be sure to tell Fee our reasons in due time. Until then, leave the issue be.
All right, I can accept that. Still, she's our classmate. In that sense, she's like family to me, to us, too. And we feel that way about her just as strongly as you do, if not more so. I want to be perfectly clear on that.
Ooh, takes brass balls to be threatening two of the best Jaegers that have ever lived, or at least a part of the team that were the best Jaegers.
Fighting words right there.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean.
Still, we'll remember you said that. Returning to the matter at hand, you're sure you haven't tried to make any moves on her?
I'm positive, Leo.
Come on, spit it out.
Ah! Go low! I just told you both no!
They really are like two overprotective fathers. I was hoping to get a bit more out of them about what Zephyr is up to.
Well, Zephyr doesn't exist anymore. They disbanded, remember?
All we did was talk about Fee the whole time. Oh well. At least now I know that the guys in Zephyr really cared about her, so it wasn't a complete waste of time.
So we've seen... Oh, goody. Hi, Diwali.
Having to travel to and from Crossbell like this is utterly exhausting.
Don't you have another means of doing so? Why don't just you use that?
No, I mustn't complain. I'm doing this for the sake of my lord.
She sounds awfully familiar.
Who goes there? Wait! You're the Ashen Knight's pilot!
I remember you now. You're with Ouroboros. Duvali the Swift, right?
Have you no shame? Is it perhaps normal for you to barge into a lady's room unannounced? You and that Arseid are only as bad as each other, I swear! Learn your place!
What did Lara do?
Actually, I just walked through the door normally.
Rean!
I should have probably knocked before I came in, though. Sorry about that.
Wait, when did you... I
So,
hope you weren't present, Rean.
now that we're understood, what do you want? Have you come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side after all?
Not on your life.
Can you not jump to conclusions? Besides, it's not like you're working with the Alliance because you agree with what they're doing.
You're only doing it because your master asked you to.
Oh, naturally. Lady Clotilde seems to have a purpose of her own, but for my part, I have no obligation to help the Alliance whatsoever. I'm simply cooperating because I was told doing so was necessary to the plan.
Plan? I'm not sure what she's getting at. Just so we're clear, that lord you keep mentioning isn't Vita Clotilde, is it?
No. She may be an Anguis like her, but my lord is the seventh, not the second. She is the leader of the Stallritter, the great light which guides us. Gallant yet beautiful, proud yet merciful. She's the strongest knight of all. And oh, she's simply divine.
Well, you've made it clear how great you think she is.
You asked her.
So the head of the Stahlritter is also a woman?
She certainly is. And if you must know, 100 swordsmen of your strength couldn't hope to equal her.
Oh, is that a challenge?
No, 1,000. Even 10,000 of you wouldn't be able to so much as scratch her.
Okay, I get it. She's strong. Still, if she's a woman who could be described as the strongest knight of all, Laura already noticed the similarity between the Eisenritter and Stahlritter, but she really does sound like Saint Sandlot.
I see I've got you thinking.
Oh god, here we go.
Incidentally, I may have already mentioned her title, but one can never share my lord's glory too many times.
I'd rather not. No, please. I'm good, thank you.
She's known as the Steel Maiden.
The Steel Maiden, huh?
And with that, I believe that's enough idle chatter. If you didn't come to tell me that you'll be fighting on our side, then we remain enemies. As such, we shouldn't be standing here being friendly with one another.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Sorry for bothering you. Actually, there was one more thing I wanted to ask. You're not an enforcer like Blue Blanc or Sharon, right? Is there any reason for that?
You just had to ask.
Oh boy.
Enforcers are selected by the Society's leader, the Grand Master. And in order to be selected as one and given a number, that person needs to be burdened by some kind of darkness.
Oh?
But just so we're clear, there is no correlation between having a number and one's strength, all right? I'm quite strong.
I didn't say you weren't, but it makes perfect sense. You don't strike me as someone who's carrying any kind of darkness with you. You're refreshingly sincere. Like someone who hates anything that strays from the path of righteousness.
I'll thank you not to spout such nauseating drivel in my presence.
That's why you're blushing.
Now get the hell out of my room!
Well, that was easy to get under her skin.
She chased me out.
Then again, that doesn't really take much with her.
I'm really curious about the Steel Maiden. Could she really have some connection with the Lance Maiden? Perhaps even with the woman who helped us during our August field study.
Now, wouldn't that be something if that was just one and the same person?
Huh? I think I can sense someone inside. Given the circumstances, I imagine it must be one of the people who fought us in Ymir.
Technically speaking, all of them have. I didn't hear nothing, so I'm going to assume Altina?
It's open. It's empty. Weird. I could have sworn I sensed someone in here.
I was right. Altina.
Oh.
Altina's adorable. I've always liked her as a character. I do not know why. She's just so adorable.
Looking at her lying down like this, she really is just a child. Maybe 12 or 13? Somewhere close to Milliam's age. How did a kid like this end up fighting with the Alliance?
How do a bunch of kids end up fighting any war is a better question.
Who are you?
Nobody?
Who's calling me?
Huh?
Is she talking in her sleep?
Situation assessed.
Hi.
Location is a room inside the guest area of the Pentagrule. 9 hours have passed since initial loss of consciousness.
Guess she's sleeping comfortably enough here. Then again, she needs it at her age. She's got plenty of growing left. Wait.
Huh?
Good morning?
Rean Schwarzer, why are you here?
I'm not being a creep if that's what you're thinking.
Unless my memories have been tampered with, I believe this room was solely allocated to me.
Oh, it was. Sorry. If I'd known you were sleeping, I wouldn't have come in here.
That's why you technically knock before you enter.
So you're an intruder then. Clown Soleus.
Ah! Hi, Sammy!
No, it was just an innocent mistake.
Ah, Sammy, stop!
Whoa, can we at least talk about this?
No mercy for trespassers.
Ah! Ow.
So you claim to have no inappropriate motives for sneaking into this room?
Rean doesn't strike me as that kind of guy, Altina.
Not claim! I really didn't!
But once you walked in, you fell victim to temptation and chose to act in accordance to your desires.
Huh?
No, I didn't!
You've been hanging out with Vita for too long.
How many times do I have to explain what happened before you'll believe me?
I was making a joke.
You lacked the way of doing it, the vocalness of it.
Had you any intention of harming me, Clown Soleus would have attacked you. That he didn't proves your innocence.
Hi, Sammy.
Oh,
bye,
right.
Sammy.
Then what was all that for? Oh, whatever. I suppose it's my own fault for coming in without permission. Anyway, I've cleared my name. I'll see you some other time, probably.
If that's what you want to do, you didn't come to ask me anything then?
Well, no. Honestly, I didn't even know you were in here. I do have a lot I'd like to ask you, though, and just as much I'd like to say to you. Okay, if you're offering, what are your reasons for helping the Alliance?
She didn't necessarily say anything.
Why do you have a puppet just like Milliam's? Just who are you?
The answer to your first question is, I was ordered to do so. As all information regarding Clown Soleus is confidential, I am unable to answer your second question. And as for the last one, I am unable to fully comprehend the depth of your question.
Oh, forget it. You abducted my sister and the princess. Whether you were ordered to or not doesn't change that.
You did technically say she is a child. She has still a lot of growing to do.
And it's not something I think I can forgive. See you around. Sorry, that was probably too harsh.
You worded it too harshly, too.
I can't pretend to know anything about your circumstances, but I do know that you didn't abduct them of your own free will. Anyway, with that said, I'll be going.
You're a delight.
Maybe we'll have a chance to talk again sometime.
The Black Workshop.
What?
You hear about them this early?
That's the name of the place I belong to. It was they who loaned me to the Noble Alliance. Unless you choose to join the Alliance, that is the most I'm able to disclose to you.
The name doesn't ring any bells, and loaned. That makes it sound like, I suppose it's none of my business. Thanks for telling me. I'll be sure to remember that name.
I can't see doing so holding any real purpose for you.
You'd be more surprised than you think.
Incidentally, did you have any untoward motives behind what you just did?
Every girl he pats.
No, I did not. The Black Workshop? Loaned? Sounds like stuff worth remembering.
Indefinitely so. Who the hell was the last
I can
number?
sense someone inside.
What the hell?
What the?
What the hell? What was that? can't have been Crow. We talked to him already. Huh? Ah! Oh. Fuck.
Oh, it's you.
Hello, McBurn.
Forgot you were staying here too.
I don't know if I should feel insulted by that or not.
Yeah. What was that? It's gone now anyway. Maybe it was just my imagination.
So what's up? I couldn't give a damn whether you joined the Alliance or not, to be honest.
So, just a side note, next to Crow and Rean, I have to say I really enjoy McBurn too. I just think his whole aesthetic is just amazing. Mwah! Chef's kiss.
Oh, I didn't come here for any specific reason.
And let's just say, who he is as a character is actually very, very interesting. And we still don't have the full answers even to this moment. Or at least I don't. They might have said something in the other games that I haven't played through yet, but we'll see.
Interesting. You mixed by any chance?
Could I sit and talk to you for a while?
What a pain in the ass.
It's a delight talking to you too, McBurn.
So, what do you want to ask?
Can I have your, cloak? It's fucking badass, and I'd love it.
When we ran into each other back near Berea-Hard, you asked a weird question. Something about being mixed?
Oh, that?
I didn't have the chance to figure out what that meant at the time, but what did you mean?
Don't know if I can even explain that one. It's just something you feel.
That doesn't tell me anything, McBurn.
What we've got mixed into us is obviously different in strength and nature. It's kind of hard to put into words.
Yeah, seems that way. I know you're not trying to confuse me on purpose, but I really can't wrap my head around what you're saying.
Just watch.
What are you about to do?
Huh?
Huh?
There's no trick to it. I'm not using an ornament, it's not magic.
It's not magic.
And I'm not using an artifact either.
Then how?
I just will fire to appear, and it does.
That could be downright dangerous. Can you will anything else into existence? Like, let's say, for example, a puppy? I know, very something he's not gonna do, but just curious.
So it's just a totally unnatural ability.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Something that just gives you results without the processes you'd usually have to go through to obtain them. You've got one too, right?
I suppose,
Well,
yes.
True. That power of mine wasn't something I gained from training. I don't even know where the power itself is coming from.
It's the same kind of thing. People who can do things like that usually have something mixed into them. Something foreign, unnatural, mixed into their body itself. Different to the church's stigmas. Looks like a pretty small part of it in your case, though.
And I take it a very big part for yours?
Oh.
There, huh? Anyway, I couldn't tell you how, where, or why whatever it is got mixed into you. Sure, you've got more questions, but sorry. I can't answer them.
No, it's okay. You've answered enough already. I feel like I understand myself a little better now, actually.
Good for you, I guess. So, we done now?
McBurn, never change.
Yeah, thanks for your time. Oh yeah, so how much of you is unnatural?
100%.
Me? All of me.
Goodbye!
His circumstances seem very different from mine.
I am not being locked in a room with that man for more than a minute, if absolutely necessary.
Guess all I can do is remember what he said. Maybe there will come a time when it'll all make sense. I'm sure one day I'll find out what this power of mine is. What the story behind me being given this power as a kid is. One day.
Yeah, till then, can we stay away from the scary man? I think the only thing that's left now is to talk to Alfie. Oops. I wasn't supposed to say that, but yeah, that's who we're about to meet, I think.
This should be the guest of honor's room. Time to see who's inside.
Yes? Who is it? Please come in.
That sounds like... Excuse me.
Elfin! It is you! Why was I expecting Elise?
I had a feeling it was you, but I didn't dare to hope.
It's you!
It's
really you!
Yep, it's me!
Your Highness.
How did you get here? This all feels like a dream.
Can you explain to me where exactly Elise is?
Please don't tell me it is. I don't think my heart could handle the disappointment.
It's really me. I'm so glad you're safe.
I've come aboard to tell you some very dire news, Your Highness. I have joined the Noble Alliance.
I'm so sorry that you had to go through all of this. If I hadn't been so weak and careless, none of this would have happened.
You mustn't apologize. Simply being able to see you again is more than I could have hoped for.
You must have been really lonely.
Oh, the psychopath's on board? Gee!
I'm here for you now, though. I might not be the most reliable person for the job,
But you're certainly the most sane if we go by the entire ship's standard.
but I'm not going anywhere.
So that's what you've been doing all this time?
Yeah, fluffing about here
I was
and there.
happy all of us were able to get back together again. But then yesterday, I ended up being invited onto the ship by Duke Cayenne. That's why I'm here, talking to you.
I do recall thinking things were a little noisier than usual yesterday. Now I know why.
You didn't bother to look outside your window?
Strange as it may sound, I suppose I owe the Duke my thanks. After all, if not for his invitation, we wouldn't have been able to find each other like this.
Sorry. I wish I could say I'd snuck on board to rescue you or something.
Yeah, that'd be one hell of a feat, considering who's on board.
Incidentally, I hesitate to ask, but
You want to know where Elise is, right? She's not on this ship, I'm afraid. I can't say for sure, but I believe she's been taken to the same place as my parents.
Why in the world did they separate the two of you?
really?
I'm sure it isn't news to you that my mother, father, and Cedric have been imprisoned somewhere. And apparently, they've chosen Elise to be my family's attendant. So it's likely wherever they've been taken, she's right there with them.
Oh. But why not keep her as yours?
Really? I'm not sure whether to feel relieved or what.
I can hardly blame you. I feel exactly the same way, even.
But why were you alone imprisoned on this airship? Surely there must be some reason.
That was Duke Cayenne's decision. I believe he's using me to suppress potential rebellion in areas occupied by the Alliance.
Ah, yeah, that makes much more sense.
By having me address the people and calm them down.
Forgive me for saying so, but that's a little messed up. Using you like that.
I don't especially mind doing it, honestly. It's a simple enough task. People all across Erebonia are uneasy about this war.
And as princess, I should do what's within my power to help calm their nerves.
But at the expense of your own feelings? I know you want to help, but you can't be happy about being used as the Alliance's puppet to deceive them. Plus, you've been forcibly separated from your family, your best friend. You don't even know where they are.
Yes, but... Oh, why even bother? You see through everything, don't you, Rean? Anyway, putting my feelings aside, what do you plan to do now? I presume you don't intend to actually do whatever Duke Cayenne tells you to.
Fox, no!
Well...
Rean?
I'm really not sure what to do.
We're not helping Duke Cayenne and his posse, thank you very much.
The longer this war goes on, the more people will suffer because of it. But even so, I don't feel as though siding with the Noble Alliance is the right course of action. And the same goes for the Imperial Army. I can't in good conscience side with them either.
I see.
There's so much to think about. You're being used as a puppet against your will? And then Elise is imprisoned somewhere too, being forced to do who knows what. I have to act somehow to change things.
That wasn't your fault, Rean.
Ever since I was taken in by my family all those years ago, I've tried to be a brother figure to her. I became the person I am today because of them. They've always loved me like they would a real son, and she's always treated me like a real older brother. You saw that power of mine, didn't you? And what I look like when I use it?
Well, yes, I did.
Back when I was a kid, something just like that happened. I ended up using it right there in front of her. She should have been terrified of me. But if she was, she never once let it show. She treated me exactly the same as before.
Poor Rean, I can't imagine.
And that was when I swore, deep within my heart.
I can't imagine having to go through something like that as a kid. And then find out, and I'm not trying to put him down when I say this, that you're essentially a freak of nature with a power that nobody understands.
No matter what happened, no matter what I had to do, I would always protect her. And that's why I can't help but wonder.
Why the fuck am I on this damn ship?
I can't help but wonder if now's the time to live up to that promise. If I should put her before everything else. Even if I have to ignore or outright betray my own personal beliefs in the process.
I don't think she's worth that much.
Rean.
I mean, that's not to say you shouldn't care for her and shit like that, but nobody is really worth giving up your own self-worth for. And I say that to everybody who is watching. Family or not, if you ever have someone in your life trying to make you do things that go against your beliefs, then distance yourself. I know it sounds hard, but stay true to yourself. And I'm not saying that to be cliche or anything like that. I honestly mean that. We have enough fake pigs in the world. I think our lovely government has quite effectively shown that among many other idiots in the world. But if you can, and honestly, you should have no reason not to, just stay true to yourself.
As your honorary little sister, I order you to get a hold of yourself.
God damn it, Elfin!
What? Your Highness.
I know Elise far better than you think I do. In fact, I'd even go as far as to say I know her better than you.
We're lovers, don't you know?
Rean, she's already told me so much about what happened 8 years ago. She told me about how that snowy day was what inspired you to take up the sword. She told me how traumatic that moment was for you. How what happened stays with you even now. And she even told me that, while she hated how she felt the tiniest bit happy because of it. Because it meant that your attention, your guilt, and your sense of responsibility were directed towards her and no one else. And she knew more than anyone how selfish that was. She may have had other reasons for choosing to go to Saint Estrella, but her main reason was that she didn't want you to keep feeling guilty because of her, more than anything else. She wanted to free you of your burdens. You should know, when you joined Thor's and were making new friends, and you finally seemed to be moving forward, she felt a little jealous, and even a little lonely at being left behind. But she was so very, very happy for you too. So please, Rean, please don't use Elise to justify not choosing your place in this war.
These guys are
Because
so
I know for a
fucking
fact,
cute.
she wants you, of all people, to carve your own path and find true happiness.
I honestly love the character dynamics. They're so cute.
How could I have been so blind? All this time I thought I was trying to protect her, and it's been the other way around since the start.
I mean, you're pretty damn blind, Rean. I mean, your sister's in love with you, and I don't mean as in the sisterly kind either.
And that's not just true for her either. Mom, Dad, Master Ka-Fi.
Cassandra Lee Morris, I'm going to assume that's the VA for Princess Elfin here. And if so, she's got a really nice set of vocal cords, that's for sure. And if she stays as her as Princess Elfin grows up, oh my god. She really does fit this character.
All my friends at Thor's? They've been supporting me this whole time. How could I have missed something so obvious?
Honestly, I can't think of any character in this game whose voice I'm just like against. I mean, I hate Blue Blonde, but it's not because of his VA or his voice. It's just I don't like him. He annoys me.
I think I finally understand what I've been lacking inside of me all this time.
Although, actually, I should say this much. There are times when I think Laura does kind of sound emotionless. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It just, sometimes she sounds rather dull.
I was so focused on trying to protect others, I never stopped to think about how relationships go both ways. Others try to support me just like I try to support them. And I have as much of an effect on them as they do on me.
I hope you keep that in mind, Rean, when you essentially throw yourself at the most stupidest shit you can imagine.
How did I not realize before now? I'm sorry, Master. I think you gave me that intermediate scroll a bit too soon.
Rean, it's called growing up. He's unlocked the superpower. The superpower of belief!
I suppose. Because now I finally feel like I'm ready. As long as I keep that fact in mind, I won't lose control again.
The fuck? It came in the form of a little crystal. Spirit unification. Now that is a skill I admittedly don't ever use quite that often.
Are you alright?
Oh no, I'm great. I'm fantastic even. See, I crystallize my mind. This is it.
I'm fine. And I've got you to thank for that. Forget honorary. You sounded just like my real sister for a minute. So, thank you. I think it's time we get going. I wouldn't want to keep my classmates waiting any longer than I already have.
A pity, but you're right. I was rather hoping we could stay like this a little while longer. But I suppose all good things have to come to an end.
Whoever implied that I'd leave you behind?
Take care of yourself, Rean. I'll leave Elise's rescue to you.
Again, whoever implied I'd leave you behind?
No matter what it takes, please. Why are you shaking your head?
Elfin, For somebody who can be incredibly smart, you can be surprisingly dull-witted, too.
I said it's time we get going, didn't I?
I'm glad somebody caught that.
There's no way I'm leaving my sister's best friend imprisoned in a place like this.
Being used by a tool, no less.
I will get the two of us off this ship, so stay close to me.
Right!
Now, shh. We be hunting rabbits on this there ship. Great, we're gonna escape. How?
So, do you have an escape plan?
Valimar, the Ashen Knight, is on the deck. He's chained up there, but if we can get to him, I'm sure we can find some way to use him to get away from here.
Why did they bother chaining him up when it's pretty fucking obvious the minute Rean gets inside, he can more or less just break the chains? There was really no point.
First, though, we need to find a way to get out of this part of the ship without anyone noticing.
Alright then. I never imagined I'd be running away from here with you at my side.
Oh, no, Alphen, no. We're not doing those cheesy romance things again.
Elise is going to be so envious.
Alphen!
Anyway, let's get going.
She's been reading too many cheesy fan fictions. Alright. How am I going to get out of here? I see an exclamation point, which means...
There are a lot of very strong people here, so try to keep your voice down.
Not to worry.
Hi! I'm leaving, guys! Bye! Hope y'all don't mind me leaving with the princess. I just feel like my time's run out. Y'all have a fantastic day.
This looks like... Thought so. It's a vent.
Thank you, Captain Obvious. Do you know what the thing next to you is called? A table. More specifically, a table with a flower pot on it.
Well, that's convenient. Might it lead to somewhere else on the ship, you think?
Most likely. Still, I can't very well ask a princess to crawl through a vent.
At this point, I don't think she has time to be picky, Rean.
Nonsense, Rean. Of course you can. I'm ready to begin our great escape.
But it's going to be all dark inside, and probably filthy, too.
Rean, I really don't think she has the time to worry about that.
A little bit of darkness and dirt never hurt anyone.
At least we got a princess who's not afraid to admit it.
I had to travel through some fairly narrow underground passages when escaping from Heimdall, too. All right? How about I go first? I'm smaller than you, after all.
Hey, how about you stay behind him?
No, definitely not. Well, as long as you're all right with it. But I'll be going first. Like I said before, just stay close to me.
She totally knew what she was doing.
All right, then.
You can act dumb, but I know what you were plotting, Alphen.
You'd think a princess would be more mindful when she's wearing a dress.
I'm telling you right now, she knew exactly what she was doing. Ugh, goody.
I'm surprised. It's not dirty at all in here.
They have the servants crawl through here.
Maybe it's because the ship's newly built?
Either that or they have the servants climb through here just to dust it off. Because, you know, nobleness. Would anyone really care about tact in this situation?
There's a corner!
We must be past the guest area then.
Frankly speaking, nobody should, but Rena's like, but she's a princess. We can't have her do this. Let me put it this way. If I were the princess in this case, I would have slapped him across the face and said, really? I think getting an ass shot right now is the least of your worries. We're on board a big ship with a ton of really strong people. I think that's a bit more concerning. What's with them? I'm not even...
Looks like we're in the clear for that part of the ship, at least.
My, that was intense. It's like I've stepped right into the world of one of those spy novels that are so popular these days.
Alphen, I'm going to destroy that entire library at this point.
Anyway, here's hoping we can make it to the deck without getting caught.
What is it?
That didn't last 5 seconds.
Soldiers are coming this way. Keep a safe distance and let me handle this.
You said without being caught. So let's confront the soldiers. And get caught.
It feels like the closest thing we have to someone ordinary around here is that kid.
Oh, my friend, you're about to be sorely mistaken.
It's pretty nerve-wracking having to be around them all.
I just wish I could get to see Princess Alphen in person.
Well, I can help you with that.
Oh.
What?
Too late.
You did say you wanted to see the princess in person. Well, guess what? Here she is.
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Here I go.
All right. Before we kick your butts, though.
Huh.
Right.
Okay, good. She can at least do this. I don't think she can do much of anything else.
Let's move.
I'm going to save my S-Craft because I have a funny feeling I'm going to need it.
It's my turn.
Because getting off this ship is not going to be as easy as they're making it.
Let's move.
Oh, that's right. She does parts.
Okay, it's safe for now.
No, they're strong.
Are you all right, Your Highness?
Yes, I'm fine. Thanks to you, of course. Let's be going. I'll be sure to stay very close to you.
Good. All right, here we go.
Yeah, something tells me it's not going to be quite as simple as you guys are making it out to be. Okay. Get back here.
Now's
I
our
don't know
chance.
if I already
Let's
have
get
your
him.
info.
Here I go.
I did say I was going to steal all your info, and I meant it.
Yeah.
Gladly.
Nope, I didn't think so.
Let's move.
Okay, we got you. Okay. So then I can do this.
Second. That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Were they mechanical monsters?
Indeed they were.
They're called archaisms.
Yeah, I knew there were going to be something. Neat. Battle scope, I'll take that, thank you.
I suppose escaping through the windows would be an option.
And go where?
Probably not. We'll have to do this the long way.
Alphen, we're on a ship! The minute we go out that window, we're going to go pummeling to the ground! God knows how many feet!
Now's our chance. Let's get him. Here I go.
Okay, yeah, we got 2 people here.
Gladly.
I think I've got 100% so far in terms of battle scoping my enemies.
Second. Now. Here I go.
Oh, you're alive.
That's the power of the 8 leaves.
Interesting. I would have thought you'd be dead, but Must mean my enemies are getting stronger.
There they are! Recover the princess!
So much for not getting caught.
Whew.
2 soldiers, 1 military monster. Shouldn't be a problem. Stay back, please.
Right.
Bring it on! Let's move.
Okay, we got your info, we got yours. Got yours, we got yours. So, I can just do this.
Now!
Right. Arcus, activate! Ha! That was splendid!
I always forget Alphen can actually fight.
I'm shocked how skilled you are with arts.
You are? You're so sweet.
No flirting, you two. Well, let me put it this way. You have effectively alerted the guards, which will have effectively informed Crow and the rest of the crew that we have indeed made a break for it.
Now's our chance. My turn.
I can't see that quite ending well.
Second form. That's the power of the 8 lead.
Damn it. Thank you. Don't need to worry about you.
Oh, look! A staircase!
Hopefully this will lead to the deck.
I read that as lead into the dark. I was gonna say, what now?
How did you get ahead of us?
Are you really surprised? Hello. It's nice to see you too.
I'll freely admit I wasn't actually expecting you to join the Alliance.
What a hell of a shocker would have been had I done that, huh?
But not even in my wildest dreams did I imagine you'd try to flee the ship with our dearest princess.
I love to make people keep guessing.
You're a bold one, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
I wasn't expecting to run into either of you on the way out either. You guys aren't called the Phantom Thief and Duvalie the Swift for nothing.
Trying to praise us won't get us to let you pass.
Ha ha! Princess Alphen is one of this nation's most precious treasures. You surely couldn't have thought that I, the Phantom Thief, would allow you to steal her from us, could you?
Yes.
I'm not being stolen by anyone. If anything, I was the one who whispered sweet nothings into his ear and tempted him to run away with me.
Alphen!
Oh my! What a passionate young lady you are.
Oh,
Forgive me
brother.
for being so presumptuous.
That's it. That is it. I am burning the library when we get back home, Alphen.
You've no doubt taken after your brother in more ways than one.
Okay, we are not letting her near her brother ever again.
I'd like to believe that I'm not quite the oddball he is. I couldn't agree more with his belief that love is the truest form of beauty, however.
Really now?
I swear, I am surrounded by clouds. I'm surrounded by clouds. What an
Actually
odd
hitting it off.
conversation for these two to be having right now.
I think that's enough messing around for one day. You're an enforcer, Blue Blanc. Take your work seriously and behave!
You must be fun at the parties.
Ha ha! I think the number of enforcers who take things seriously are in the minority, I'm afraid.
I was about to say, and you know what? He's not wrong. Because so far, I can't think of a single one of you thus far that's been actually serious.
Still, you're right about us having played around for long enough. I find the many mysteries surrounding you fascinating, but there's a certain appeal to them remaining forever unsolved, too.
You may think yourself a swordsman, but allow me to show you how little you truly know.
Diwali, you don't necessarily scare me.
Are you sure you can do this?
It's Rean Schwarzer. He'll be fine.
I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. The gap in skill between us is small enough that I should be able to force our way through.
Bold words to be saying right in front of your enemies.
Oh?
Small? The difference in our strength is like night and day, you boor. And if you're foolish enough to be unable to see that...
Diwali, do you really want me to show you?
Then allow me to make you realize your folly and pay for your arrogance.
You're gonna regret that.
The one being foolish and arrogant is you.
Oh, using it, eh?
My.
Rean?
I owe me being able to do this to you, Your Highness. You and Elise.
Time to take control of our destiny.
No. Everyone who's done anything to aid us in coming this far deserves thanks.
What's happened to him?
I love this song. Well, Diwali, what I am doing is in fact showing you that the gap is quite small.
Could this be your ogre power?
8 leagues, 1 blade school, intermediate level. I, Rean Schwarzer, will be your opponent.
So cool.
I will enjoy this.
This is his ogre power?
Let's move.
Is this the first time you've heard of it? Oh, this music. I really ought to look at who the person is, that the composer that made the soundtrack for this game, because oh my god, I don't think there's a single soundtrack I actually don't like listening to. And when I did mention this, my dad bought me the deluxe version of the first game by accident, because my introduction to the series was through the third game. I was playing the demo of it on my PS4, and I liked it so much, I thought I had put that game in my, what am I looking at now? My Amazon account, or wish list, or what have you. And come Christmas Day, I opened that gift. Or maybe it was my birthday, I don't know. But I opened it, and I'm like, wait, this doesn't look like the game I wanted. And he told me that's the game you had in your list. So when I went to go check my list, it was in fact the game. But that aside, I've gotten a 50 mirror coin. I have the art box. I have a CD, the original soundtrack CD of the first game. And let me tell you, it's music to one's ears. I don't think I have to beat these guys at a certain... I think I just have to flat out kill them.
How can this be happening? What is he?
Your worst nightmare.
Ha ha ha! Splendid! Simply splendid! So you finally conquered your power and made it your own, did you? You continue to fascinate me, Rean.
The only unfortunate thing is that while I do have the original soundtrack CD for the first game, I regrettably do not have it for the second game. And that's because I couldn't find a physical copy of the second game anywhere. I've literally bought the digital license for this game on my PS4.
Rean!
Forgive me, Your Highness.
Believe me when I say, if and when I find Cold Steel's 2 physical CD, I will in fact be buying it.
What for?
Only so that if Nintendo, or not Nintendo, whoever chooses to try to take the licenses off of PS4, they can't take away my right to own that game. Rean, what are you doing? Oh my! Ah! Bye!
Goodness!
Wait just a damn minute!
Nope! Bye-bye! Have a fantastic time!
Whoa, what's going on here?
I don't know, but I don't think it's worth us chasing after them.
Oh, come now, Scarlet.
We'll make our way directly to the deck. Are you all right, Your Highness?
You found a physical copy on Amazon easily? Well, I think if it's the same one I'm thinking of, that was the European version. I think I faintly remember finding it and reading a comment somewhere, and a lot of people said it's not the right one. And I've been scammed before, specifically with Xenoblade 2 Golden Country game.
Yes, perfectly.
I have the game, but I had to fight eBay to get my money back and get the proper one.
My heart just feels as if it's about to burst.
That doesn't sound very fine.
Rean, she's being killed by a man who's going at supersonic speeds.
Come on, is now really the time to be flirting with each other?
Yes. Hi, Xeno. Hi, Leo.
We're here too.
Oh, party, party,
Got some real
party!
guts, kiddo. But you ain't getting past us.
Watch me.
Zephyr's guard shall not be easily broken.
Watch me, I say! What the bloody hell? Not easily broken, huh?
Looks like he's picked up a few tricks from our fee.
The targets have broken our line of defense. Commencing pursuit.
Not easily broken, they'd say, and I did exactly that.
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
I'm just increasingly nauseous right now.
Can I hold on to you a little tighter?
Of course.
Who's up? Hello, Altina.
Targets in sight. Commencing capture.
I'd like to see you try.
My suspicions outlining you as an indecent person seem to have been confirmed.
Really? I guess I know what I'll be doing right after I end stream.
Can you not make me out to be some kind of pervert all the time, please?
Well, I think you have officially established yourself for Altina there, Rean. Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my god!
Target lost. I may have underestimated you, Rean Schwarzer.
Yeah, well, I can't say flashing the princess's ass at you was quite expected.
In more ways than one.
I'm so sorry, Your Highness. I didn't really have any choice but to do that, but I realized that's no excuse.
You are manhandling this woman to oblivion, Rean.
I know you didn't, but she seemed even younger than me. How could you, Rean? That truly is indecent.
Try not to pay any attention to what she says about me.
Oh my god, of all the things to be worrying about right now, I don't think that should be one of them.
There's the exit.
Don't change the subject.
I'm changing it! Alright, Crow, you are aware of what's happening. Where are you, buddy? Come on out, my handsome devil. Let's rock and roll. Valimar. Hey,
That's the Ashen Knight? Isn't that?
Oh, fuck. I forgot about
Crow.
you.
And
You see, a crow I can handle. I can't handle McBurn.
Huh. So that's how it manifests for you.
Yes, it does.
You finally mastered that power you got, huh?
Fair warning. I love Crow. I've made that plainly obvious. I love and am absolutely terrified of McBurn. And believe me, as we go through the games, you'll know why.
Still, you're one busy guy, you know that?
Yeah, I kidnap princesses all the time. I'm just quite the lady stealer. I mean, my time with Thor's proved as much.
One minute you're down in the dumps, the next, you've got one of the cutest girls in the country cheering you up.
I know, isn't that spectacular?
Well, I can't deny it, but she wasn't the only one. It was my sister, my classmates, even you, in a sense.
Come on.
Aw, you blushing Crow.
Can't say I'm not curious to see what that power of yours can do.
Can you go away, McBurn? I love you, but I really don't want to fight you.
But I think you get priority here, right?
Yeah, let me have this one.
God,
Your
he's
Highness, if you don't mind.
so cool!
all right.
Oh, I don't know what it is, but he's so flippy cool!
This is your first time fighting me without the mask on, I think.
And you look so fabulous!
With our divine knights, I come out on top.
Oh, baby, in more ways than one.
But let's see who wins when it's just the two of us.
God, he's so
Sounds
hot.
good to me. You managed to win against 3 of us at once in the catacombs below Heimdall. It's just you and me now. And this time, I'll be the victor.
Go ahead and try.
Oh, don't test me, honey bun. Let's rock and roll. He's gone Super Saiyan. I forgot Crow could do that.
All right, you ready, Rean?
Fucks yeah. Oh my God, the sun is so.
Yeah.
Whoa.
My turn.
Crow. Do you want to know how much damage you did, my guy? I love you, baby. You're my sweetheart, and you're probably one of the best characters in this entire franchise for me. However, I'm afraid to say this is ta-ta for now, darling. Bye-bye!
My blade will cleave ignorance and light the way.
Oh, you survived.
Not bad.
My turn.
That's my line, Crow. But yes, indeed, not bad.
Here we go. My turn. That's what I can really do.
You got one hit in, my friend. One hit. You're holding back again, Crow. Woo! Don't do the pretty weapon off the ship. That's actually a pretty cool weapon.
Huh.
McBurn, don't get any ideas. Even at the level I'm at, I do not think I can handle you.
You actually did it.
Indeed I did.
I sure wasn't expecting you to beat me one-on-one.
You fought pretty well yourself. It couldn't have been easy to last as long as you did against me like this.
Uh-oh. Yeah, and this is when it goes to shit, don't it?
Rean!
Why did this have to happen now?
Guess your luck ran out.
Ha! We finally caught up to you!
Only took you 2.5 hours there, Diwali.
Well, aren't you,
Jubilee,
Mr.
whatever.
Popular?
But I think you may have been slightly too reckless this time.
I can still jump off the ship if you want reckless! I mean, it's right there! I've done it before! There is absolutely nothing stopping me from doing it again. Ugh.
That wasn't a bad fight. Even if you lost, at least you tried, I guess.
I didn't lose, I just ran out of power. There's a difference.
Your Highness, please move away from me.
What are you doing?
Hey, don't be too rough with...
Huh?
Look sharp!
Huh? Ollie!
Crimson wings?
Hello, 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 hello!
What are you all?
Sorry for the wait, Rean.
Yo, we're here to save the day.
Yo, to you too, Tival.
You caught us all off guard back in Ymir.
So this time we opted to take the initiative ourselves.
Oh, you sound like you're a little ruffled there.
We meet again, severing chains. And I see you brought the purple lightning with you.
She brought more than that. Check out the Icy Maiden and that big shot arts user from the Bracer Guild.
We couldn't ask for a more impressive.
I see. Everybody else has a nickname but Tobal. You've got the Severing Change, you've got the Icy Maiden, and then you've got the Purple Lightning. And then, oh, there's just that arch user guy.
Here it comes again.
That kind of feels insulting. Yo! Hey, buddy! And the Radiant Blade Master.
Your lordship!
Uncle Victor!
It's good to see you again, Rean. And it relieves me to see you're none the worse for wear, Your Highness.
Ugh! The Radiant Blade Master is here too?
Huh. Well, you're strong. Very strong.
Oh god, there we go. He's lost it.
That's quite the nod coming from the blazing demon himself. I can see now why you're considered one of the fiercest in Ouroboros, and why some even claim you to be the Steel Maiden's equal.
I think he may have just insulted the other girl there.
Well, I know who I'm gonna be fighting.
Don't you go forgetting about us now.
Why would we ever forget you, hey, Ollie? Hey,
You're
guys!
here too?
Are you okay, Rean?
Looks like we've landed in the middle of something pretty crazy.
Elliot, were you expecting otherwise?
Not a moment too soon.
You came!
Of course!
Glad to see you're all right.
Looking good, Ollie.
You certainly seem to have kept yourself busy. Enjoying your scandalous elopement with Rean, are you?
Oh, Jesus Christ, I take it back.
He gave me the time of my life.
I take it back!
You guys were having that much fun, huh?
Shut up, Fee!
And with our princess, Rean?
Shut up, Laura!
To think we were so worried about you.
Oh, fuck all of you! Fuck all of you equally!
You're not supposed to take it literally.
So this is what you threw me out of Valimar for? Doesn't look very fun.
Oh, shut up, Celine!
Crow, you're here.
It feels like it's been ages since we last saw you.
You're looking spiffy, Crow.
I'm hanging in there. Sure wasn't expecting all of you to show up, though. How are we even gonna settle this?
A fight?
That is the question, isn't it? I'd roughly estimate both sides to be of equal strength.
Yeah? So we'd probably just end up at a stalemate, huh?
Can we not destroy the ships?
Oh, doesn't sound like much fun at all. Let's say we just forego the fighting and have ourselves a party instead.
Oh my god, Ollie.
I could never turn down a party.
I am not partying with you! Oh, hell no! I am not partying with you!
That sounds simply wonderful.
Sharon, do not encourage him!
I'll bring the booze.
Oh, good god. No amount of booze is going to save my annoyance with that guy.
No! Can't one of you take this a little more seriously?
No!
This is getting us nowhere.
Oh, party poopers. I'll party with everybody else, but I'm not partying with the Phantom guy. Yo, Vita. Should have known you'd be here.
Look who decided to show up.
Hi,
Granos.
Birdie Bird.
Vita!
Hi, Granios.
Welcome aboard the Pantagruel, Emma.
You don't sound the least bit surprised.
Your overall ability as a witch might still be lacking, but that transportation spell was exceptional. I must apologize for the untimely intrusion. As displeased as a few of you might be by the idea, I think it best if we let one another peacefully go our separate ways this time. I'll be the one who bears the brunt of Duke Cayenne's anger.
Vita.
Can't say I understand why we should.
It's not our place to question the orders of our clients.
You know, Doovally, I could kick your ass again if you really want me to.
Whatever. Gives me something to look forward to later.
What? I thought you said you were letting us go peacefully? No,
Okay. See ya, Fee.
why is Crow getting in his then?
Next time we meet, it will be as enemies.
Yep, I know.
Aw, I was kind of hoping we'd be able to talk some more.
I expect we will have multiple opportunities to do so in the near future.
Well, catch you later, Phantom Thief.
Oh god, please, no, I'd much rather not.
Or not.
I'm with Sarah.
You do know that no one likes your stupid pranks, right?
Tut! There's no need to be so harsh.
I think I'm with Instructor Sarah on that one, buddy.
It's a shame we couldn't resume our debate on the nature of beauty this time, my most worthy rival.
I could wax eloquent about beauty till I'm old and gray, but honestly, I think it's about time we settled things between us.
Next time we meet, Radiant Blade Master and his daughter, it will be to battle.
They have names, you know.
Well, I certainly have no objection to that.
You seem to bear some manner of ill will against my household. I don't know your reasons, but should we be granted the opportunity, I would gladly settle things with you in battle.
Yes, well, let's not be too hasty. I can wait.
What's the matter, Diwali? Or Doovally, however the fuck to say your name? A little scared, are we?
Guess that wraps things up for now. You've definitely grown, but you've still got plenty of room for improvement. especially when it comes to piloting Valimar.
Why exactly are you an Ordine if you're gonna let us go?
So unless you're up for another beatdown, I suggest you get to work on fixing that.
Yeah, I know. Oh, and just to confirm, you were the one who told Toval where I was, right?
Huh.
2 days ago, I got a call out of nowhere on my Arcus. They gave me this crazy amount of detail on exactly where to find you. Then they just hung up. Didn't even say who they were.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that little detail.
Oh, now that you mention it, he does have the same voice as that mystery caller. I did think he sounded familiar. That must have been because I'd heard it during your concert at the festival.
Thank you, Crow, for being my knight in shining armor. Again.
Damn, looks like the jig is up.
You don't do it very well, Crow.
You really did that? Oh, Crow, there's no shame in admitting that you care, you know.
Hey! No need to get hasty.
My goal is to offer a word of advice. Get Valimar a better sword, one like yours. If you think you're such hot stuff you can beat me without your 8 leaves training, you're in for a world of hurt.
Correct choice of armaments is indeed paramount. Selecting one the Awakener is well suited to will increase combat efficiency exponentially.
I can't pretend to know much about this kind of thing.
I was wondering if you did or not, Celine.
He's right. Eastern blades like my Tachi are the heart and soul of the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade style swordsmanship. Alright, I'll take your advice. And when I've got myself one, I'll finally take everything back. The Academy, Elise, and even you, Crow.
Oh.
If that's how you want it, I'd like to see you try.
Up, and away! Emma, you forgot a few people. You see? Okay, they're not reckless for jumping off the ship, but I am.
Courageous! Full speed ahead!
Commence retreat from this airspace.
Toa? You didn't say nothing to Crow? How odd. I had expected you would have. And that, my friends, is the end of the intermission and possibly one of the entire best segments of this game. I have always loved the intermission. I loved it because it gives you a look into each character and what's at stake for each one of them. They give you almost all of them give you the reasons of why they're with the Noble Alliance. Some for their own gain, some because they're told to. I mean, this was a good establishing point to say, okay, we know Class 7 side of the story, but what is the other sides? There's obviously so much more room of why they're there, like Ouroboros' involvement, and how secretive they're being with that. The same thing with Altina in the Black Workshop. And those of you who were here before, when I was playing Tales into Reverie, that name may very well sound familiar to you. I'm not going to say any more than that. I'm going to let the game tell you who the Black Workshop is. Just note, this isn't a one-time appearance or one-time name dropping. You will hear them again, repeatedly so, and believe me when I say you will grow to get very sick and tired of them. As for the others, though, like, say, Vulcan and Scarlet, Now, their stories are going to be interesting. I want to say no more than that, but let's just put it this way. From here to the end of this game, this story gets better. It took a bit to get there because we had to do the whole go fetch our classmates side quest. But now that we have done that, we finally come to the conclusion of what do we, as Class 7, do now? Who do we fight for? Do we fight for the Noble Alliance? Do we fight with the Imperial Army? Or do we choose another option? I'll let them tell you that in the next episode. But for me, I'm going to be ending it here for today. I may or may not be playing it again tomorrow. I'm thinking not, because I do need to get the other games going. Because as of right now, I'm doing 3 LPs. I wasn't supposed to, necessarily, because I get distracted easily. And I don't want to leave one halfway done. And there are games, as I've mentioned earlier today, that I'm very quite interested in playing. Namely, Dragon Quest III, Persona 3, Trails of Daybreak. There are, and even in the next year, Tales of Graces. I don't think, no matter where we are with every other game, I will be LPing that the minute I get my hands on it. Why? Well, fun fact. Tales of Graces F was actually my first Tales of game. And I loved that game. I tried playing it not that long ago, but for some reason I couldn't complete it. I think there's something wrong with my PS3, hence the reason why. But we'll get to that when we get there. I'll tell you all the fun stuff about my experience with that game when it is time. There are other plans, again, we'll get to them, with Pokemon and whatnot. We might do a chill stream soon, and I might get my Pokemon ready to help people who want to get the crystallized Rayquaza. And the only reason why I bring that up is, as I mentioned, my first Pokemon game was Ruby. And by extension, the second game I ever owned that was Pokemon was Emerald. So, can you guess who my other favorite legendary is besides Celebi and Jirachi? So yeah, with that being said, thank you everybody who came. I really enjoyed the company. I enjoy the comments. I enjoy all of it. And for those of you who are watching this from YouTube, thank you, thank you, thank you. Your comments are very, very much appreciated. The subscriptions, even better. So, honestly, thank you. Because every little bit does mean a lot to me. Every like, every comment, it really does. So, if you like my content, and I promise it will get better. I know it's stale now because I'm playing games I know a lot of. More than I do, like, let's say if I were to play The Stick of Truth, for example. I don't know anything about those games. But my reaction with those would be more genuine than these, because these ones are, again, shit I know. But I'll end it there, because otherwise we'll just go into the same tirade that I always seem to fall into. But with that being said, I will see you all